The battlefield was silent at last. Smoke curled upward in thin gray ribbons from shattered war machines, their once mighty forms now reduced to twisted heaps of metal. The clash between the Terran Expeditionary Force and the Zal Dominion had ended after 72 brutal hours, and against every prediction, the humans had stood victorious. Among the bloodied and weary survivors, Captain Elias Vey scanned the field. His armor was scorched, one gauntlet dented, but his eyes still burned with resolve. Humanity wasn't supposed to win against the Zal, a race bred for war, with centuries of conquest behind them. Yet here they were, standing on alien soil, staring down the impossible and somehow surviving. The Zal were bound by their ancient traditions. Defeat demanded ritualized surrender, and surrender demanded tribute. In their culture, the victors were not only entitled to resources, weapons, and territory but also slaves, living spoils of war. Elias had heard the rumors, but when the Zal High Matron herself approached, flanked by guards and bowed low before him, he realized the truth. "You are victor," she hissed in broken Terran common. "By oath you take reward. Take her." From behind the guards, a young Zal woman was pushed forward. She stumbled, her wrists bound in ceremonial silver restraints. Unlike the other warriors, she bore no armor, only a simple gown of dark fabric that shimmered like oil. Her eyes, striking violet, filled with fear and defiance, locked on Elias. The High Matron continued, "She is gift, slave, yours to command, yours to break." The human soldiers behind Elias fell silent. Some shifted uneasily, others muttered curses under their breath. They had all seen what the Zal did to their captives. Offering one of their own as a reward was not just tradition, it was humiliation. Elias stared at the young woman. Her chest rose and fell quickly, her jaw clenched, her violet gaze daring him to take her. But instead of reaching for her, Elias shook his head. "I didn't fight this war to take slaves," he said coldly. His voice cut through the tense silence. "Release her." The matron's eyes widened. Confusion rippled through the Zal ranks. The young woman blinked, her defiance faltering into stunned disbelief. "No," the matron growled. "You must. Law demands." "Then your law is broken," Elias replied. "Humans don't take people as property. Not her, not anyone." The words carried across the field like a shockwave. For the first time in Zal history, a victor had refused his prize. The young woman's name was Silari, though Elias only learned it days later. At first, she followed him at a distance, still bound by the matron's guards, confused by the strange honor he had shown her. To the Zal, mercy was weakness, and refusing a gift was an insult. Yet Elias's refusal hadn't been an insult at all. It had been a statement. The Terran Expeditionary Force returned to their base camp with Silari in tow. Officially, she was to be processed as a surrendered asset, though Elias had insisted she be treated as neither prisoner nor slave. He had the restraints removed and gave her freedom to walk the camp under supervision. It unsettled his soldiers. Some distrusted her outright. "She's a spy," one muttered. Others whispered that Elias had gone soft, that no one could be trusted after what the Zal had done to countless human colonies. But Elias saw something different in her. In her silence, in her rigid posture, in the way she watched everything with sharp, calculating eyes. Silari was not broken. She was surviving. One night, as Elias sat cleaning his battered rifle under the glow of the campfires, Silari approached him. Her words were hesitant, her accent thick, but her voice steady. "Why not take me?" she asked bluntly. Elias looked up, meeting her violet eyes. Because you're not property. That is what we are. When gifted. When defeated. She tilted her head, confusion flickering across her face. If you not take me, what am I? You're free, Elias said simply. The word struck her like a blade. She flinched, eyes narrowing. Free means nothing. Free means no clan. No protector. No honor. I am nothing. Elias set the rifle aside and leaned forward. No. Being free means you get to choose who you are. No one else decides it for you. Not me. Not your matron. Just you. For the first time, her gaze softened. She didn't reply, but she didn't walk away either. Days turned into weeks. Silari began helping around the camp, not because she was ordered to, but because she chose to. She learned fragments of Terran speech, shared her knowledge of Zol technology, and even taught some of the younger soldiers how to repair captured alien armor. Slowly, the distrust around her began to fade. But peace never lasted long on the edge of war. Word spread that the Zol High Command considered Elias's refusal an insult to their honor. To them, rejecting a reward was spitting on their traditions. A message arrived from the Dominion: return the gift or face retribution. The human leadership debated. Some argued they couldn't risk another battle so soon. Others urged Elias to hand Silari back to avoid provoking the enemy. But Elias refused. I won't hand her over like she's an object, he said firmly in the War Council. We fought this war to stop oppression, not to perpetuate it. Silari overheard. Later in private, she confronted him again. You risk war for me, she asked, her voice trembling with disbelief. I don't risk war for you, Elias said. I risk war for what's right. Her lips parted as if to argue, but no words came. For the first time in her life, someone had chosen principle over power. Climax. The Zol did not wait long. 1 month after Elias's refusal, their warships descended upon the Terran outpost in a storm of fire and thunder. The camp erupted into chaos as alarms blared. Human soldiers scrambled into defensive positions, artillery roared, and the night sky lit up with burning streaks of plasma. Elias donned his armor once again, rallying his forces. But amid the chaos, Silari made her choice. Slipping into the command tent,